I wanted to say something about VenomFangX's newest videos, the ones that he started making after he came back to college, or went to college. And while he was making his videos, I made lists of all of the logical fallacies and the verbal blunders that he was making. I had quite a list. And when I looked at it, and I thought that if I wanted to make a video out of these things, it would probably be longer than a month of Sundays. So I started whittling it down and whittling it down. And I was still working on it when yesterday morning I saw Jordan Owen 42's video, The Truth Behind VenomFangX, or something like that. And that video confirmed, as was long suspected, that there may very well be some psychological / medical component to VenomFangX's behavior and misbehavior on YouTube. Also, in the meantime, a lot of other YouTubers started making their own video responses to Sean's latest videos, and I sort of felt like, given Jordan's video and given the recent responses to them, anything that I would do would just be piling on. So yes, it looks like that there is something medical going on with VenomFangX. Now that might sound like a personal attack to some people, but it also takes the wind out of my sails. It's one thing to argue with someone who knows what he's doing. It's quite another thing to argue with someone who may not know what they're doing, who may not see their intellectual flaws. What's the point of debating someone's flaws in their argument when the real flaws are what's happening in their neurons? So given all of that, I decided not to make a video response to Venom's video. As Jordan said, I could be contributing to the problem. I didn't want to do that. I did want to say something else, though, and that is, as you know, Venom considered himself the target of a lot of hatred on YouTube. Now, a lot of us get the idea that anything short of sycophantic praise Sean regards as hate. But I do think it needs to be acknowledged that there was some amount of vituperation hurled at Sean while he was here. But it seems to me that that didn't come about until after a lot of other people on YouTube started trying to reason with him and point out what was wrong in his arguments. YouTubers like Largo64, Albert10101, and other people like that really made a good faith effort to reach out to him and try to point out what he was doing wrong. I think it was particularly Goat's videos which tried to patiently point out what Sean was getting wrong about evolution. And I think that Goat was very generous in spending his time to do that with Sean. But what was Sean's reaction? Sean made a video response to Goat that was just dripping with disdain, dripping with condescension and sarcasm and I know more than you. Those qualities also marked his video responses to the few people he did respond to, like The Amazing Atheist and Go Green 18. So after a while, when so many people on YouTube saw that there was just no getting through to Sean, that he was just going to react to anyone who criticized him with so much contempt, I think it was then that the gloves came off and the invectives started flying. Yes, VenomFangX was the target of a lot of vituperation on YouTube, but he brought it on himself. And I wanted to close by paying Sean a compliment. I think he has a very good speaking style. He's very at ease in front of the camera. Words just trip off of his tongue. Even if he's just parroting words by Kent Hovind or some other evangelical. He does have that good way of speaking. He does engage his audience, and I think that's why he developed such a large following on YouTube. In fact, watching a VenomFangX video that responded to one of his critics, just listening to the way that he evaded issues or turning arguments into straw men, he almost elevated that to an art. Listening to VenomFangX do that was almost like watching Fred Astaire dancing. I only hope that in the future, Sean can redirect that talent into something more constructive, that he can channel his gift of speaking into subjects worth listening to. So I really wish him well with that. I also hope that Sean gets whatever attention that he needs, and that he eventually can come to see just how wrong he was with his arguments, and just how wrong he was to do some of the things he did. I mean, he accused D.P.R. Jones of what's probably the worst thing you can accuse someone of doing. It just looked like such a lashing out. D.P.R. Jones did not deserve that, and I mean, it was just the act of a desperate, unreasonable person. And I hope that Sean can someday come to see that. See the sad episode of VenomFangX the way that a lot of us on YouTube see the situation. But until then, I do hope that Sean comes out of this okay. I hope Sean does well. I would say that I'd keep him in my prayers, but I don't pray.